Okay, cameras are running.
For the guy downstairs, like he asked me to pick up barrels for him that were sealable, and I have 6 of those, and like 8 other types, and then the full size, for the place to keep animal feed and stuff like that. Anything you want the mice to stay out of, absolutely positively, you get those blue poly drums. So I told him I'd get him whatever.
I went into my shed, which I haven't been able to get into all winter, and got my grass seed to spread out.
Oh, you got it?
I still need grass.
Yep.
Put some fertilizer down, and I look in, and it's a new blend of grass seed. It's grass seed and mouse turds.
Yep.
It's a close. It's like 60-40
yeah.
grass seed, mouse turds. So fertilizer.
Fertilizer right with it.
Well, right out. They didn't need them all. I mean, they couldn't have. It was a huge bag, but.
Yeah. Well, that's like $50 for a big bag. Grass seed.
That's
$45.
So.
Yeah, I did that last year. Had the donkeys out in the field this year. Had the sheep and the goats all outside. They spin around in circles. They're so happy.
I still don't really have a yard, so.
Yeah.
Put on a headset.
I have to. I have a headset on.
I was talking to him.
Let me turn off that
Quite right.
annoying beeping sound.
So that way we can do our pre-show.
Are you in 3 or 4? He's on 3. Are you in 3?
I'm on
3.
The end of the table.
He's on 3.
We don't have numbers on these.
No, we just lay them. If somebody came in and mixed them up, we'd be all confused.
Yep, that'll be the end of the show.
That'd be it.
You can't drink with one of these on.
Go get.
I never spit when we're on a football.
Okay. We are live on our pre-show. Which
Really?
actually
Early.
will be extended.
Early.
Yeah, a little
Early
extended.
pre-show. 24 minutes early.
Yeah, but that's okay. So you were telling us a little story about the cup that's in your hand, that brown thingy.
Yeah. I'm doing a study on liberals that show up in Concord for coffee at this one specific coffee place. And they bring knapsacks with them. You get out of a car, put your knapsack on, walk into a coffee shop, buy a cup of coffee, and walk back to your car with your knapsack on and drive away. It's like a consistent theme.
I could see if they were going to bring in their laptop and sit and have coffee and do the thing.
Well, it could be because all the seats are taken with people with laptops. And it's they're not after a $2 cup of tea, like $1.89 for a cup of tea. And this is small. They're there to be seen by each other. You walk in and they're all checking each other out. It's like, ooh, you're here at the right location. This is the place to be in Concord. Do a commercial for them. The Works. I got the Works. $1.89 for I had a cup of coffee this morning, a large at McDonald's for $1. It was good. This is just a cup of tea. So I said, I'll have a cup of tea. What kind? Cup of tea. Oh, we have the different kinds. 8 different kinds of tea.
You don't just have tea. You have
Earl Grey. I'm thinking if it's good enough for Captain Picard, it's good enough for me.
Of course.
But it's pretty embarrassing because I have seen people from Hillsborough come into that coffee shop. They drive from Hillsborough 24, 25 miles all the way to Concord to just get a cup of coffee in downtown.
Just a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Just to be seen.
Imagine that.
Wow.
That's your thing. You have to be seen at the right coffee place to be accepted by the right people. So,
well, this is the place to be.
Well, that's a huge burden.
Conservatives.
That's a huge burden.
Yeah, we don't, we're not out at the coffee shop watching who comes in and analyzing whether they wear in Birkenstocks or we're doing things.
Showing each other their backpacks.
Yeah, oh, look at my backpack. Oh, look, whatever that little alligator or
I have
whatever.
Izod.
Izod, yeah.
I have a rucksack. I have something.
A rucksack.
Mine's a woven basket, wooden basket.
Wooden basket.
I have a trapping basket, that's all I got. So I got a new bottom in it because I dropped something through the bottom of it. It's mostly for dead animals.
If you walk in there with a rifle slung over your back, no.
They would scatter.
They would refuse to serve you, I suspect.
Where are they located?
They're just like half a block down.
The one on the right.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, and they have a couple outdoor chairs. So I was sitting there.
Yeah.
I pulled in and...
we pass by them every single Saturday when we go to Puppy Love for our chili dogs.
There you go. Even those are pretty getting up there. It's worth it, I guess. I was listening to Jeff Chittister, so I'm sitting in the car this morning and I did a little casual observation of who wanders into this place. There's something else. One car is out there, a vegan. Their license plate is vegan.
The little smart car.
Yeah.
It passed me. I'm thinking, right, but maybe they're onto something. I saw a hamburger at Shaw's last night. No, 2 nights ago. $7.99 a pound, and there's no inflation according to the U.S. federal government.
You know what pork is? You know what the price of pork is?
I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me.
You know what the price of pork is? Skip.
Not yet.
Hello.
Neither do I, because I have like 500
Yes,
pounds
dear.
in my freezer. I had a sow that laid on her piglets.
What is
I
it?
have 500 pounds of pork in my freezer. So I don't know
Wow.
what the price is. All I know is she won't be laying on
What do you
piglets
need?
again.
Can.
Well, that's the way to do it.
All right.
Oh,
I got
whipped
a-
cream, all right.
some
Sorry.
little group of people from a small town near Milford.
Need
that
a
wants to start
can.
taxpayer
Okay.
group. So they're going to be here at 9 o'clock.
Got it.
We're going to
Love
be
you.
next door,
Bye.
So,
pounding out what they can do.
so what's going on in their town that's forcing this?
Well, we have one incident of voter fraud from that town that they forwarded me, and all we have to do is go up to Maine and confirm that they're voting in Maine as well, or, you know, they're voting here, and they actually live and work in Maine, so we were thinking they might be voting in Maine, but Maine is not cooperative, you know, when you want to get voter
Sorry.
information from them, so we have to drive to this town in Maine and actually look at the voter checklist and confirm whether or not they're voting in two places. They're obviously voting in New Hampshire but don't live here.
Now, you were telling me that you spent an hour on the phone with, before the pre-show, as we were assembling stuff, you spent an hour on the phone with folks where?
North Carolina.
And what are they doing?
They're doing a phenomenal job. They're doing exactly what we should be doing here. And we're at the crossroads of doing that next. So from talking to, it's the Voter Integrity Project. I sent them an email about what we're doing, and I got about 5 emails back within an hour. Tell us more, tell us more. You want to work with us. So it looks like CNHT, Granite Rock, Gerard at Large, all the people we work with, we might be going national. We might be working with 5 or 6 other states. So I've got the lowdown on how to get the checklist from New Jersey, how to get them from Florida, because I'd like to check Massachusetts. They're going to already have that stuff. So I would like to check. They're catching double voters. I'm going to catch triple voters. I'm
Well-
thinking anybody who would vote in North Carolina and in Massachusetts would probably vote in New Hampshire if they had the opportunity. If
Yeah.
I can catch triple voters, and every time we said we're going to catch somebody doing something, what happens, Steve?
We
We
do.
pretty much catch them, you know.
Yeah.
So that's next.
Well, you know for a fact that if the president is running around crying about vote fraud, and if
That's
the
so-
Democrats are running around crying about vote inequality and about vote suppression, they are stealing votes because they don't talk about things that don't concern them. If it isn't a threat, they don't have anything to do with it. They don't waste their time on anything that doesn't have an impact on their ability to retain power. So why talk about it when it's a lost issue? In New Hampshire, nationally, all the polls, even Democrats approve of voter ID
70%.
overwhelmingly, and yet the leadership on the far left pushes this as if it's bad.
Well, not only that, but the leadership on the right isn't doing much about it at all.
Certainly
It's
not in our
grassroots.
state.
You know what?
gonna
No,
have to.
and
They're going to have to, because they're going to have to respond to the voters, because we're going to make this, we're going to jam it down their throats
But-
like health care was jammed down people's throats.
but you came up with a nice name. Here we've got Joe Biden's niece that you guys discovered.
Yeah, they caught somebody in North Carolina.
Yeah,
I said,
tell Steve.
We caught Joe Biden's niece up here, Elena Jacquette Biden. And they said, well, guess who we caught? And I said, okay, go ahead. He says, well, she claimed when she was pulled for jury duty she wasn't an American citizen, so she shouldn't have to serve for jury duty, because jury duty refusals or getting excused from jury duty in North Carolina is a public document. So if you say, oh, I have a criminal record, or I know the judge, you're excused, and that becomes a public document. This person said, I'm not an American citizen, so I shouldn't have to serve on jury duty. John Edwards' daughter. So that's a kind of fun thing, you know. And
Well-
the more I talk to him, he says, the more you tell me about New Hampshire, the more it's like the other states we're working with. So it's a national agenda to win elections by stealing votes.
Absolutely, it always has been.
And they caught 35,000 people who voted in 2 states. And the simple formula they're using is same first name, same last name, same birth date. So I saw on a liberal site, well, lots of people, if you get a group of 100 people together, lots of them have the same birth date.
Really?
Yeah.
They
That's
actually
their
had
response, yeah. But they didn't say first name, last name. Some of it's first name, middle name, last name, and some of them
You know what I heard?
last
I heard
four
if you
digits.
get a lot of people together at a building in Elm Street, they all have the
You
same
vote.
birthday too.
January 1st. January 1st, January 1st, January 1st. So it's funny, he says, we can get Florida's checklist for $10, but Wisconsin's is $12,000. I said, welcome to New Hampshire,
Yeah,
$3,000. So
Yeah.
one of the first things we want to do is get that thing made. It's a public document. So under our Constitution, public documents are public documents, and you get them. So we got to get that reversed, so anybody can get their hands on that. And we have to get these individuals in towns. If you really want to help stop voter fraud, get the checklist from your town and have
Quick shout out to the Koch brothers. The group in North Carolina needs $3,000 to buy our voter checklist. Could you write us a check, please?
or we can get it there some other way.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, the
If we want it tomorrow,
yeah.
well, Monday. Sorry.
Well, you look at what's going on in D.C. with the oversight committee looking into the IRS. You've got the ranking Democrat member, Elijah Cummings, now being tied together in an email or several emails with Lois Lerner, the person who's been going after and trying to disparage conservative groups, trying to take out True the Vote. You know, and
why
what's
wouldn't
their mission down in Texas? To do the exact same thing. So, Steve, you're right in that they only go after those people. And that, you know, that's the lady, Elizabeth, and I can't remember her last name, that when she tried to file, all of a sudden she and her business and her person Engelbrecht.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, all they've done is sent a litany of ABC type federal acronyms to their house, to their
Eric Holder.
Yeah, the whole bit, just to
ACLU,
shut them up.
if she had cows, they would have stolen.
Oh, that's another deal.
We'll get into that.
Nevada.
I have pygmy goats. You
Your
come after
pygmy
my pygmy goats, you're in big trouble around my range.
You might be tasting a 22
He'll be squirrel bait.
squirrel bait.
So I think that I wrote an article about on Granite Rock. It's official. The Democrat Party owns the IRS.
Oh, but
I mean, that's-
it's not just the IRS, and that's the problem.
Everything they touch. The name of it is control everything.
Democrats have been the party of government. There are conservatives in government, but they're very few, and certainly with what's been going on now, they got to keep their heads down or they're going to get their heads chopped off.
If they think our money is their money, why wouldn't they think that the IRS is their IRS? It's a simple formula.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, they've been able to pry information out of people's IRS filings for decades, and they put them on the front page of the papers to try and crush opposition.
Well, then there's the new thing now where some bureaucrat, it's not a law, it's not a statute, just came out of nowhere, and now it's making the national news, so we'll see how far it goes, in that the IRS is now going after
Social Security.
of
children.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to blog about it, just didn't get to it. Stupid email. But yeah, parents have been dead 35 years.
And they're going to collect what
And
the
they're
parents
going
got
to
from the kids.
Yeah, there's several siblings. They decided to pick on her and take from her refund the money that was overpaid. So the government overpaid the
Back
parents
40 years ago.
and now they're going to go after
Who kept those records?
The siblings.
We can't get a lousy birth certificate, but we can get those records from 40 years ago, right?
Yeah, but the siblings are now responsible for something that the government screwed up over.
Right. For another party. their
For
parents.
another party.
Yeah.
And,
And you don't know whether that money went to them.
no.
All you know is the other party, their parents. Who knows where those kids were? Were they
Yeah.
living in the same?
Well, they're saying it's an indirect
Yeah.
assistance.
Well, that's all well and good. So the IRS wants to go after Social Security payments and take it from the kids. The first thing I think of is, okay, yeah, that's bad, that's normal, that's what they would do. And then it's going to be, from what kids? Is there an R after your name or a D after your name or something like that? So
You know,
is it
none
gonna be
of
selective?
none of the stories I've seen have mentioned political affiliation of the
Oh,
siblings.
that's that's where it's going. I mean, that's the name
Well,
of the game.
IRS targeting is IRS targeting. It's
Yeah.
not just conservative groups. It's not just individuals. It's not like Gibson Guitar. It's not like the gay stop. It is just like those things. The gay
It's
stop
wholesale.
are going after people who use political speech and money to oppose anything they stand for. It's fascism.
It's what
Well,
they do, it's who they are.
Well, it's not only that, but
It's
it's also
awesome.
the idea that the government owns everything. That's the progressive mantra. Because for years they've been trying to do the idea that if you own your home, you owe income tax on that because it's imputed rent. Get that one.
Yeah, from them. Because
No,
eventually it'll belong to someone else.
no, it's that because that is that they're looking at it as a form of income that you're
you-
basically your mortgage payment becomes your rent.
You're getting a freebie because you haven't, if you pay off your mortgage,
No, this is
Oh.
whether you've got a mortgage or not.
whether you have one or not, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's-
that's like an existence tax.
yeah.
Just for living, you have to pay a certain amount because you've got to live somewhere.
Yeah, like Obamacare. But you have to pay this because you're breathing.
Unless you're a homeless voter, and then the world is your oyster.
Well,
Everybody listens to you. Wait a minute, you're homeless and you're a voter? Hey, come on over here. I'll write a bill for you.
Homeless, single mom, non-resident voter.
yeah,
Of
but
ethnic.
but isn't that where
origin.
the President Obama's administration wants us all to be homeless,
Pretty much.
dependent?
Please, sir, can I have some more? Well, that's my weak British accent in tribute to.
Mr. Mike.
We were trying to figure out if it was the microphone that made it sound British or if it was the person.
It's the goofy mic.
It's a goofy mic, yeah.
Wait a minute, there's two goofy
There's
mics.
two goofy mics.
Now.
Hey.
Now. Mike's a good guy.
I apologize, Mike.
Hey, we'll cover this in the regular show, but this week's poison poll, not poison poll, but this week's poll, Grok poll was who would you vote for in New Hampshire CD2? And your choices were Maryland Garcia, Gary Lambert, and McLean Custer. And I looked this morning, and it was, this is the last thing I posted was yesterday. It was 44% for Garcia, 55% for Lambert, and 1% for Ann Custer. This morning it was like 45-54, 45-55-ish. You know, it hadn't changed much, so it's kind of the same way. Custer is up to 2%, by the way.
2 whole percent?
Yeah, so I think it's pretty safe to say that we don't have a lot of Custer fans reading our website.
No, or they're putting you.
Kathy Sullivan's still on peeking in on.
Yeah, you know. Well, you think? Yeah, I was thinking maybe if it was her or somebody else, you know,
Twice.
I was going to say, I think they'd get on the site and then they'd start hitting that button like the cocaine test trial monkey, you know.
You know what? George Soros must be paying someone at Democrat Party headquarters to do that.
That
That's
could be,
probably
yeah,
what
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yep.
That's right. We thank each and every one of our Democrat trackers for joining us this morning.
20 so far though on that poll. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Then on the Scott Brown poison poll, 60% said he would be the one most likely to keep the base home.
Yeah, except we get a couple of commenters. I think one, Joe the Builder or something like that, is definitely a Scott Brown fan.
Well, there's going to be a lot of Scott Brown fans because he has a cult of personality too.
Because they want to
So
win. They want to be winners.
They want to win. They want to. They just
the
want
election. After that, who cares?
Maybe
Well,
they don't.
and that, again, that brings up the biggest bane of my life. Winning is merely a precursor. It's what you do afterwards that's the problem. And you know, I had this running commentary with Joe the Builder, and I'm saying, it's nice that a Republican wins, and yes, I understand if a majority is there, then you get to have the committee chairs and all that other stuff. But you know, you look at the Republicans here in New Hampshire, the rogue Republicans, Jeb Bradley, Bob Odell, okay, all of a sudden I'm
Most of them except
Chuck
for
Morse, and
it would be easier for you to just name the ones that aren't.
Yeah, but you know, here's the elected leadership of the New Hampshire State Senate, all Republicans, and they're putting
Andy
Medicaid
Sanborn
expansion.
and Cataldo.
Sam Cataldo.
Sam Cataldo. Those are the two that aren't the rogues. Just about everybody else has gone off the reservation on something really important.
Yeah, and you know, they implement Medicaid expansion. Although it's nice to see you were mentioning Maine earlier, that it's hard to get the voter fraud. Governor LePage in Maine killed off Medicaid expansion twice now. The latest time this week, which
Good for him.
well done.
Well, that means he can't get reelected. Let's see what happens.
You know, it's going to be just like Britain at some point. What, you know, it sounds really, really good, socialism that is, until you run out of other people's money. Thank you, Margaret Thatcher.
Well, Obamacare is now $2 trillion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, another sidebar. Did you see the post I put up about warmonger Shaheen?
Yes, I did see it.
Isn't that
You'd
interesting?
be a little tough on that warmonger.
I am. She spent more money on the military than George Bush. She's averaging like $800 million a year,
If
and
you're
he was
spending
around
money on something, that means
5
it
or
must be
6
getting
million.
better, right?
I'm wondering what they're spending it on, since they're obviously spending more. I mean, it went up to over 900 million, and it has come down. But
Million or billion?
billion, sorry, 900 billion, and it's back down to total defense spending down around I want to say 800 something, 700 something, with like 690 billion just on the military side of the defense budget.
Oh, I know exactly where it went to.
600 and well, I think the last year Bush was president, it wasn't that high.
Yeah, well, it's all the greenies who forced the Obama administration to force the military to do that green biofuel at $85 an hour for our jet fighters and our ships and stuff like
And
that.
green bullets.
Green bullets,
And green bullets. Yep.
Healthy bullets.
flowers in all the rifles.
Yeah, yeah. And I look at that and go, right. This is this is exactly what we want. Is green but lethal bullets. Yeah, this is just a discontinuity supreme.
Speaking of the devil,
Well-
Ice bullets. Then they just biodegrade into water. You know,
that'd be the best thing to do. You keep them in the fridge,
right? And keep them cold.
and there's no reason why they wouldn't come up with something like that.
Right? No.
It's, you can't make up the news anymore.
Fair trade bottled water. They make them in a little tray.
Anyway, I'm headed over to the next room to meet with the potential taxpayers group from the small town.
Okay.
That found some voter
Kitty
fraud.
corner from the black filing cabinet away. Once you get it up, just look at the door and you'll see how much trouble you're in or not. That's.
This is professional.
Uh-oh, Mike's in trouble. Oh, there he's got it. Oh, he's an expert. Look at that. One-handed. Gets that pull to do.
It's the background crew. It's like stage crew.
Stage crew, yes.
All right, I gotta roll.
All right, see
You
ya.
gotta do that. Just don't walk into the banner.
I thought I was the pit crew because everybody tells me I'm the pits.
Oh, you should have been here earlier.
Oh, now you gotta flip the cardboard around, so now we get the arrow pointing to the sign.
That white thing, you were
Yep,
just looking
yep,
at it.
that's it. Turn it around.
Just turn it around and slide it behind the thing a little bit. Nope.
No.
Just like that.
Just like that. Because on the camera, it points to the granite rock.
Watching the
Oh.
sausage being made isn't always great.
There we go.
That's them over there. They're having a meeting. You can close that other door too, Mike.
We should have company any second. If you'd like to open the door.
This one, oh yeah. Leave that so they know that we're open. I'll close this. Because we can pop that door open. You're gonna be okay?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be alright.
If it gets hot, just come in and turn the fan on.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh
Do we
man.
have to turn the light off? Oh no. We could do some dark, but the video would be terrible.
That's true. I don't have infrared cameras yet.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we set?
I think we've talked about everything we're going to talk about today already. So
Oh, we'll
just
talk
take a
about
break.
it. We'll just do it more. All right, now let's see if.
Special guest traveling with me today.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mama.
Have a seat.
Grab one of those. We grab the second one by Steve with the headset. When our talking guests come in, you can still sit there and listen.
Well, we're on the phones until 10:30, so
Yeah, you'll absolutely need to be on there.
All right.
Turn my phone off until.
And we all have questions for Andrew when he comes on, just to see how the battle's going.
Okay.
What battle?
pre-show.
All right. Now that did show up.
Oh, it did. Just
Yeah, but I had to turn it off and turn it back on.
Oh, that's weird. So it doesn't just.
Well, now I'm going to ask you to do it one more time and do it on Wednesday, and then I'll just leave it up and see if it just shows up after a sync.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah. No, this Wednesday, the 9th. This Wednesday passed. But it's nice. You won't be able to yell at me anymore because there it is, nice and fine and dandy. And
So did we have a pre-show today?
we're on right now.
Oh, we're the pre-show.
We've been having one for like 25 minutes.
Okay, so
Just blithering.
did you get my bumper music request,
I
Steve?
did not manage that. Sorry.
All right, well,
I saw
never
it this
mind.
morning after I got up and just checked email to make sure it was going to be here.
What was it?
All right.
For one of the intros.
We have.
Another one bites
I
the dust.
could go look for it though. Hang on.
Well, you don't have to play it. We can.
Well, I gotta find it. I gotta find. I'm never gonna find it.
Not
I forgot
time.
what I'm looking for.
Not in time.
What am I looking for again?
You got 3 minutes.
a note from me about.
No, what was the song?
Oh, another one bites the dust.
Oh, you're all tangled up here, Mama. Get you some more wire.
I'm always tangled.
Cut her some slack. That's what she needs.
I didn't think I was going to get to the top of those stairs today.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Well, I'm going to put this in suspense, sort of, until we. Oh.
I just paused it. It's the video that I'm playing.
But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I mean, I can just play it right from the video, and we'll have a lot of intro. Mike Breather. Find that location. You had a sweet spot last time. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
just got to bring it down a little
I
bit.
don't remember where it was, but it was good.
It's not the mouth breathing. It's the.
Yep.
If I overdo the nose breathing,
Nose breathing.
it runs straight onto the microphone. Yep. You can't make any of this stuff up.
Nope. No, we can't.
I'm sure everything's all set. For
All
those
right.
of you just joining us, yes, this is the pre-show, and we are just kind of screwing around on the live stream. We aren't even really recording it.
We
We're
are
recording it
now.
on camera.
Yes.
So you have the opportunity to
We're live. We
watch
have
the background.
We have the banner, the recently traveled banner, which came back from Connecticut and actually showed up on several videos.
I saw it on one, at least.
Yeah, it was actually on a couple of videos from these taken from the stage area. lessons learned there about where to position oneself. I thought I had a good shot of the stage until the crowd filled up, and then I could still see the stage, sort of, but man, that was a big crowd.
Well, yeah, it showed about 3,000 people.
It was. The police and even the local CBS affiliate counted 3,000 people.
Yeah. Okay, we need to go.
We're going to be on in 45 seconds, so we'll be right back. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, now that I can actually surf the internet while running the audio, I can get myself into all kinds of trouble.
This is so cool. I've almost got my email back together again.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, a lot of spit, duct tape.
Humpty
and
Dumpty
super
dropped
glue.
his Mozilla. I don't know, I gotta figure out a rhyme for that. 5 seconds.
GrokTV.